up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a good start to their day, and it is only Tuesday, so good start to your week. I can't believe it's already the end of February. It's crazy. March is just around the corner. So what I want to talk about today is, you know, before anyone starts talking shit on this video, if anyone actually watches it, but before anyone starts talking shit on this video, make sure you listen to the facts and to what I have to say. Now, this isn't a video against, you know, Corvettes or against Mustangs or against Camaros. It's just how I think people kind of underrate the Hellcat and the power that the Hellcats make, and you know, how good these Hemi motors really are, and the whole system that Dodge has put together, and SRT. So what I want to talk about is the Epling garage, which they hold the fastest Hellcat record right now at 868. And I think it's 153 miles an hour, 155 miles an hour. And that was letting off at the 1,000 foot, actually. So they previously had the, gosh, these people, come on, get over, people. They previously had the record. So they pretty much have just been breaking their own records over the course of last year. And, you know, HHP's been up there. There's some other ones, but Epling Garage holds the fastest Hellcat right now. And what's cool about their Hellcat is it hasn't been opened up yet. So yes, they are spraying a little bit of nitrous, and I'll comment right now, or I mean, I'll put it in the video right now what it is. I can't remember the shot of nitrous. I was trying to look it up, but it is a stock motor with a stock blower, which is really eye-opening and I think is really cool. So they're running 860s on a stock motor, so that tells you just how strong the motor is, and a stock blower. So like I said, they are spraying a little bit, but all they have is smaller upper pulley. They got the lower pulley done, obviously injectors, full bolt-ons. But the motor has not been opened up yet, which is really cool. I mean, Hemis are known to flow really well. The heads on Hemis always have been one of the best heads. So really cool to see them run that. Then there's another Hellcat. There's Steven Ripa, who owns the fastest boost only, so supercharger only Hellcat record. He ran a 9.3 at, I want to say, 150 miles an hour, I believe. Like I said, I'll put it in the video to correct that. But so he's on supercharger only, and same thing, he's on stock motor, so stock block, stock heads, nothing's been opened up. He's actually on a stock trans. Now I forgot to mention that the Epling Garage is a 6-speed manual car. It does have a built transmission from Liberty, you know, full drive line, obviously. I think it's a strange drive line with a 9-inch rear end, but still a 6-speed manual car, which is impressive. That's really good driving, if you ask me. But Steven Ripa's, his is an automatic, so it's an 8-speed car, stock trans, just has a drive shaft, but stock rear end, stock motor, and stock blower, and he's on E85, obviously, so injectors, pumps, all that good stuff, and full bolt-ons. But he ran a 9.3, so that was the fastest boost-only car. No spray, none of that bullshit. So, not that spray is bullshit, but just saying, that's really cool for a car to run that just on blower only. Oh my God, come on, Ford Taurus, let's move. Sign your L. As I'm driving a Ford. But, so I just want to talk about how underrated, you know, these cars are. If you look up fastest Hellcat, all these Hellcats come up that run like 9.4 and 9.5, and the HHP car pops up, and all these other cars. But you don't see very many views on the Epling Garage car or Steven Ripa's car, which are the two now fastest Hellcats in the world. And Steven Ripa, if you haven't seen, follow him on Instagram, but his car is going to run deep 8's, blower only. He's got a full build going on, still stock motor, which is really cool. But there's a lot of other Hellcats coming out this year, so I'll be really interested to see those run. On the Hellcat.org forum, there's a lot of big builds going on, some 14 to 1600 horsepower to the wheel Hellcats that'll be running this year with built motors, bigger blowers. So it'll be, I think there'll be a lot of records broken this year, but I still think people really underrate the Hellcats just because of how heavy they are. When the fastest 6-speed manual Z06 in the world is only at 833. Now his trap speed was 175, so there's definitely some more in that car. But man, 833, and you've got the Hellcat stock motor running 860s, and you know, the Z06 obviously fully built motor. I can't remember who it is, but 1320 made a video about them when they ran 870s, 860s, and just recently someone posted a video about them running an 830 back in December, I believe, which is really cool. I think that's awesome. But you know, how long have the Corvettes been around? You know, they've been around a long time, and you know, the Corvette is a C6 that's running 830s, and you know, those have been around how many years? You know, 6-7 years, however many years it is, and the Hellcats have only been around 2 years. So I think, like I said, they're really underrated. You know, you've only got 2 years of R&D from aftermarket companies. I mean, just wait 4 and 5 years. I think the Hellcats, I think a lot of them will be breaking into the 7s probably in the next 2 years. I'd say this year we're gonna see a lot of low 8-second Hellcats, a lot of mid 8-second Hellcats. I think there'll be an 8-second Hellcat, blower only, stock motor, and I think it'll be Steven Ripa's car. Like I said, there's a bunch of other ones, but they're built motor, so that's kind of a different class to me, I see it as. But I think it's really cool how far the Hellcats have come in only 2 years. You know, there's tons of Hellcats running low to mid 9s just on pulleys, no nitrous, E85, bolt-ons, all that good stuff. So it's really cool to see how far the Hellcats have come in only 2 years, like I said. Whereas the Vettes and Mustangs and Camaros, you know, those have been around for a while, and nothing huge has changed on them. I know the C7 Vettes, the newer ones, are already in the mid to high 9s with just bolt-ons, which is really cool. But you know, the Hellcats just really amaze me, especially with how heavy they are. You know, imagine if they weighed what these other cars weighed. So that's another thing. Steven Ripa's car, when he ran a 9.3, he was a full weight car, full interior, nothing was gutted. I know this year he's trying to drop some weight in the car, and I believe Epling garages, theirs weighed around 4,000 pounds, so still not that heavy. I mean, not that light, sorry. It's still very heavy. When the cars weigh about 4,450 from the factory, and he's only dropping about 450 pounds through brakes, suspension, taking out a few interior pieces. So these are still really heavy cars, and that's why I think the Hellcats just have so much more potential. You know, it just needs some more time with R&D and people actually running, you know, cams and all that. You know, these guys are on stock heads. I mean, they haven't even done camshafts or valve springs, retainers, all that good stuff. You know, there's still a lot to be done to these Hellcats. And mind you, there's some out there that have built motors that just haven't been running the quarter mile yet. So like I said, that's why I think there'll be a lot of records broken this year, because there are a lot of Hellcats coming out that are, you know, they have fully built motors, big blowers, all that good stuff. Look at this guy, full on America. Hell yeah, buddy, love it. There you go, America right there for you. So I just want to make a quick short video. I wanted to show you guys the video of Epling Garage and the video of Steven Ripa's if you haven't seen them, because they don't have very many views on them. So shout out to those guys and video credit to them. Obviously, they're doing big things in the Hellcat community, which is awesome. Epling Garage, they used to be tuned by Tim Barth. They're no longer tuned by him. I think they tune their own cars, or they found a different tuner, not sure. But Steven Ripa's car is still tuned by Tim Barth. He's got a lot of fast cars. He's working on some really cool ones. If you guys are ever interested, go over to hellcat.org. That's the biggest Hellcat forum right now, and that's where a lot of the larger builds are taking place. And like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy that. You know, always comment below. I'm interested to see what you guys said. Like I said, this isn't a video against Corvettes or Camaros or Mustangs. All those cars are awesome, and they're all cool in their own way. I just think the Hellcats have really been underrated. And you know, when they first came out, everyone was all excited about them, but I think, you know, as time went on, people kind of forgot about them. But it's been 2 years now, and there's Hellcats about to run in the very deep 8-second quarter miles, and I think they're gonna break some even, you know, they're gonna break even more records this year, and it'll be cool to watch. And you know, my Hellcats never, I won't say never, but definitely not this year. It's not gonna be up there with those guys, but it's cool to have, you know, it's cool to see them do all this work to the Hellcats just to know what's possible. Same thing with owning any car. It's cool to see what's possible, and then you kind of figure out what you want to do to your car. But let me know what you guys think below. what you think about the Hellcat, what you think about the Hemi motors, and you know, what you think about them compared to the Vettes and the Camaros and the Mustangs. Obviously, there's a lot more Vettes and Camaros running around that are modified than Hellcats, and I think that's why they're more popular in the community, just because you know, you throw heads, cam, and intake on a Vette or even a Camaro ZL1, it's a fast fucking car. I mean, you don't have to do too much to them. But same thing with the Hellcat. You don't have to crack open the motor, which I think is even cooler. I mean, yeah, it's awesome putting cams on a car. I love the way a cammed car sounds, but knowing that you could have your motor stock and not have to break it open and worry about all that shit and just put pulleys, intake, and tune, and some E85 or even some race gas in a Hellcat and run nines, low nines, I think that's freaking awesome. And that's, you know, that's why I chose my Hellcat. So let me know what you guys think below, what you think of the Hellcat, if you prefer something else. And like I said, this wasn't a video attacking Corvettes or any of that. Like I said, I think all those cars are cool in their right way. I just think the Hellcat is it's a little underrated. But it'll be interesting to see what happens this summer. Make sure you guys always comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at VanV39, and we'll see you guys on the next one.